I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't replace.
It's not in the case of anybody.
That's why I spend my life with you.
Happy holidays, everyone. Be sure to head over to our website at www.h4ht.com and shop your holiday Buy Ho 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 merch, which is a limited edition holiday collection. You can use code H4HT for free shipping on all items, including the bundles, or you can use holiday sale, a single holiday mug. You can get it in winter green or Christmas red. And we also have our t-shirts and sweaters you can order today. And just to let you know, if you catch me on live, you can use the code NOWLIVE for 20% off of all items. This collection won't be available for long as it is limited edition, so take advantage of the sales today. Happy holidays, everyone. Enjoy your holidays, and remember, bye ho ho the haters away. Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stirs. You're here for hot tea. All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Like I'm branding myself. I gotta post. And I use it.
Melody is accurate. We talked about her posting. Period.
I don't recall talking about her posting.
Period.
I have no problem with that.
Yes.
So
That's
thank you
fair.
for that honesty.
So it's been a minute since we had a conversation about Beto and Big Beto, but everything that I've ever said about Beto and Big Beto panned out to be true. Would you say? Get in the comment section and let me know what you think. I feel like I've broken down Kimmy's mindset and broken down her and Maurice's marriage to a T. So many people like Beto, but a lot of people overlooked her very passive and microaggressive behaviors until I started to call them out. One thing that I've always documented was the passive aggressive behaviors Libido has demonstrated towards Melody, who seemingly has been open to building a friendship with Beto. We've seen Melody try to put together an event for Kimmy after she successfully got past her cancer journey, even though her own husband wouldn't. We've seen Beto comfort Martell and his mistress by way in which stating that she didn't feel like Martell shouldn't call his side chick a side chick, which was always interesting to me. But one thing that I've always documented is male identified women are in marriages that suck. Typically, they are always groveling hand and foot for the validation of men, even to their own detriment. And a lot of times they're willing to cross any woman in order to seek or get that male validation or to be validated by a man. And what I want to know is, why is it we've seen Beto and Big Beto over the time on camera talking about Mel and Martell and their situation and never truly being transparent about their situation? Granted, they have opened up talking points or spoken about the things that they've gone through, but they've never truly been transparent about the things that they've gone through. And they only touched on a lot of these things and never really gave any closure to them or followed up with anything. So it's always interesting frustrating to see how they show up every season with no storyline, yet they keep getting a contract. They're always skating by without providing or adding any value to the season. And at this point, I'm a bit disgusted and perplexed as to why Beto thinks that she cannot discuss, or Mel shouldn't discuss, the things that have been spoken about on social media. Now, Beto is trying to lie, of course, gaslight and manipulate the masses into thinking that nobody was speaking about these things and this was only something that was spoken about on Facebook groups, when in reality, I was the one that basically brought attention to the fact that he could possibly have red lipstick on his lips in his mugshot. Many people on YouTube was talking about it, and no, it wasn't a Facebook group thing. And Beto, you know that because you hoes are always on social media, which is why y'all are always so mad. That's also why, in my opinion, Big Beto, who is the cancer hunter dog, Maurice, I also believe that is why he is so aggravated and offended by the topic. I want to talk about how he gaslit the F out of Melody, but we're going to do that in a separate video. I feel like the fact that Melody brought this to their attention on camera, they're annoyed by it because a lot of the mellometers were the ones talking about it. And you all know how they feel about mellometers. I feel like if it was something that Funky Dineva brought up, they wouldn't care. Mind you, Beto seems to have more rage about Mel questioning him being locked up in the lipstick on his lips versus her man laughing at her having a bald head, or her man saying that he expect her to suffer through having sex with him while she's battling cancer. In her mind, that's not a big deal that he said that, and the only reason it's a big deal is because he said it publicly. In her mind, had he kept that private, she wouldn't have to deal with any of the backlash and their lives would be picture perfect normal. She sees no issue with her man displaying clear signs of a man that does not have the ability to control himself. Maurice, the Big Beto, in my opinion, is a man who has no self-control and he has no discipline. A man that expects his wife to suffer through having sex with him while she's battling cancer is a representation, in my opinion, of a man that lacks self-control. And a lot of times what male-identified women do is attack women that call out the men that they want to be validated by, whether that be their dad, their brother, their husband. It could even be your husband. It could even be your boyfriend, as we've seen with Libido. She was more concerned with being validated by Mel's ex-husband, even though he clearly ruined his marriage. Instead of her holding him accountable, she would rather straddle the fence and hold Martell's hand through the entire situation and coddle him, and in the same breath hold Mel accountable for expressing how she genuinely feel. We see this in how Beto expressed that she felt poorly for Martell because Mel called him out for cheating. Why would you feel poorly for a man being called out for cheating? Only a male-identified woman would. Y'all check out these clips and let me know what you think. Over the time, we've seen Beto and Big Beto discuss everybody's marriages and discuss everybody's business and discuss any and everything that doesn't have to do with them. And I think it's frustrating that they take issue with people questioning Big Beto, Maurice, clearly getting arrested for a DUI. Why is that something that you can't address? And I just think it's interesting how in one breath Beto is saying those are things she can't address when Mel is asking her about things, and then in the next breath being upset that she's having these conversations with other people, as we've seen her over 9 seasons have multiple conversations with other people about Melody in her business, and not always and not most times in favor of Mel. So it's just so contradiction. It's just contradictory to everything that comes out of their mouth. But y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you guys are up to date each and every time that I upload.
You're fine.
Absolutely.
So it didn't take like no kind of a little bit of an emotional toll, or
There's a moment of time where you're like, your head is all over the place, kind of just trying to figure out exactly what happened until you get to know exactly what happened.
was it really the middle of the day?
There's just not a comment for me to have. What is public knowledge is public knowledge. So,
Okay,
what
so
is
that's
public
a yes,
knowledge is
okay.
public. No, it's not. I didn't say no, it is not. Don't put no words in my mouth, child.
Well, that's the public knowledge.
I didn't say, just don't believe everything that's on paper.
Kimmy, she's choosing not to talk much about his case. I'm not surprised. A lot of people in this group have shied away, you know, from being transparent and being honest and open. So there's a lot of mouth when it comes to other people. And then there's not a lot whenever it comes to self.
Your husband says that he's going out of town with Martell. That don't make you ever think or feel no kind of way? Considering the past and the history.
It doesn't, you know, well, like, I trust my husband. I was like okay with the trip. I think guys need God time, but if I can't trust my husband to take a guy's
Thank
trip,
you.
then we like in a bad place.
It's like who the guy you going with.
It kind of feels like because of the situation Melody is getting out of, she kind of thinks everybody cheats. Like, she thinks everybody's cheating.
Maurice told me that he got arrested at about 4 o'clock in the morning is when he got arrested. So I'm assuming the 12 o'clock booking time that was on the arrest record is probably when they processed him. I don't know if it was a shift change.
She's a side chick. Don't even say her name. She's
I'm
a
not
side
gonna
chick.
call her a
Yeah.
side chick. And we don't have to talk about it. But I'm just saying it's unfortunate that so many different people are like collateral damage. I don't feel like at this juncture, oh, that's what she deserves. This is what's weird because her scenario implies he cheated. That's the scenario. However, it just looked like WTF. Like, really? That's what we're gonna do here?
Right.
I think it's hard not to be upset in regards to your husband cheating, but I completely disagree with the way Melody put Martell on the spot. I felt poorly for him.
The truths that I hold about her.
What are they?
I was like, oh my God. They was like, what is going on with your cousin?
I was like, oh, please tell me you're kidding.
I was like, for her arrest. Maybe they think they have a cat.
I can help her. You know, Maurice ain't that kind of attorney.
We been good. How you been?
I've been good.
You been busy.
Doing what?
Everything. Social media is like your diary to life. You know it is.
I share a lot of my life with my followers and my, my supporters.
I did see the name change party. Like, it was posted on social media.
Yep.
I wasn't quite sure if it was an internet invitation for the community or private invitation, because my phone didn't click. In my mind, my first thought was that it would be one of those kind of functions. Like, I would have thought that, like, all of us would have been there.
I didn't want it to become a thing, like kind of how it's becoming a thing.
Had it not been on the internet, then it would have never crossed my mind. You know what I'm saying? But when you see it, like, on the internet, the next thing you think, literally, is like, oh, she's probably gonna text me. And that kind of didn't happen. Kinda.
I'm not surprised that Mel didn't invite me. So I'm gonna keep, out of this conversation. But I think Kimmy was more hurt because Mel did throw her a party for breast cancer. So normally when you throw somebody a party like that, you guys are very close. And I think Kimmy was kind of hurt that she wasn't on that list.
I think things like that sometimes we can take the wrong way. And I'm saying
I'm glad you're bringing it up. So that way you've gotten clarification.
Right.
It was very close, mostly family, a few very close friends, and that was it.
Well, you put it on the internet.
But I didn't want it to become a thing in the sense of there being any type of negative feelings. Like, if I had have invited you, I would have invited Maurice. If I had have invited Tisha, then that means I would have also invited Marcel. And I didn't want it to become a negative thing surrounding it to my ex. Hey, because they're all cool. They're all friends. And it's a, hey, oh, yeah, we attended Mel's name here. Ha, ha. Everything becomes silly, willy, billy until hit the fan in this group a lot of times. So I didn't want that.
And that's cool. Even in the vein of not getting along, we still show up to each other's events. So to me, it's kind of telling. I didn't make her cut, apparently. She said she picked her core, private, intimate, loyal friends, and she cleared it up.
But it was really nice. Thank you for asking, too.
I just wanted to know that it provided you, I guess, what you needed to move on. Did it get you kind of where you needed to be? Did it really?
Absolutely, yeah.
Was it like a sense
great.
of closure?
It was a sense of moving forward and moving on. Like not wanting to be attached to name in that sense. My children will always be, but I was married into that name. So me choosing not to invite Tisha and Kimmy, I I really wanted people there who have been very supportive in my growth and, you know, in this new chapter of my life. And let's just be honest, you know, the past few years, we haven't been getting along. There have been sometimes we're getting along, sometimes we're not. Sometimes we're throwing shade, sometimes we're not. That line clearly being there on if you're for me or against me hasn't really been fully drawn. So I knew I just wanted people who I know without a shadow of a doubt are sincerely in my life with a genuine intent.
Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down.